They brought it
During the
over.
winter, they don't come as much.
Yeah, he said he's been there for 3 years.
Isn't it
I
my
can't think of their last names.
Let's do this.
Zabo.
That I'm not sure of. I never heard that one as possible.
Conneaut City Council for April 13th, 2026 is now in session. Ms. Hu?
Ms. Branch?
Present.
Mr. Castrella?
Present.
Mr. Emery? Here. Mr. Baugh?
Here.
Mr. Kozeski?
Here.
Mr. Moiseo?
Here.
Mr. Prokowski?
Present.
City Manager, Mr. Sanford?
Present.
Finance Director, Mr. Williams?
Here.
Law Director, Mr. Lewis?
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for the invocation.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Almighty God, bless these your public servants in the government of the city of Conneaut, that they may do their work in the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice. Help them use their authority to serve faithfully and to promote our common life. Through your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Krenz. Next, we'll move on to approval of our meeting minutes for March 23, 2026. Anybody have any alterations or corrections to the record? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Moiseo, I'll make that motion to accept the minutes.
Second it.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gaw?
Yes.
Mr. Kozeski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, meeting minutes for March 23, 2026 have been approved. Next, we'll move on to our word presentation this evening. We have our Spartan of the Month, Isabel Neckel. Do you mind coming forward?
On behalf of the city of Conneaut.
The Spartan of the Month for April 2026 is Isabel Neckel. Isabel was nominated by her science teacher, Mr. Hedrick, who stated, "Isabel works hard to get good grades. She always does what is requested during class and is always the first one to answer questions that are posed to the entire class. It is clear that she is committed to learning and succeeding. Isabel interacts very positively with her classmates and is always willing to lend a hand when needed. She is also active outside of the regular school day as a member of the CHS swim team, which requires dedication and hours of practice. She is an outstanding example of what it means to be a Spartan."
Well, now, on behalf of the city of Conneaut, we are also proud of you. Congratulations on being Spartan of the Month. Thank you.
Would you like to say something or recognize any of your family?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for always inspiring me to do my best.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to citizen comments. Good evening to our guests who would like to address City Council. Community participation is an important part of local government and is encouraged. Please be advised, City Council sessions are audio and video recorded. When your name is called, please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Please keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. No abusive or threatening language is allowed. If you have a specific question, you can receive a follow-up answer from either council or the city manager. There'll be no public debate at this time. And when you're finished with your comments, you are welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. And again, thank you for your participation. First up is Charlotte.
Ma'am, if you stand right there on top,
At
underneath.
the end of the table.
I'm Charlotte Houston. I live at 123 Garden Street. And I have a general question about a proposed center with an electrical facility to be built on the east side of the Conneaut River. And my question is twofold. Number one, are there going to be any chemicals that wash the water that comes in from Lake Erie? And how will they be dispersed, if any? And secondly, what's the decibel level of sound from that particular facility down by Lake Erie? That's all I have for today, thank you. If there's information you could refer me to, that would be good, or if there's someone who's in charge of it, I'm new and I don't know the facility or how it works. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. Mr. Sanford, do you have any resources? Ohio Municipal League?
Right, yeah, at this point in time, we have absolutely no information on anything coming in. There's been no proposal. However, Ohio Municipal League and the National League of Cities are resources that we've consulted with on advisory matters and regulatory matters for any such proposal. But, certainly as, this subject continues, we're all ears on the public's concerns and the community's concerns with these types of regulations with environmental matters and noise and the like.
Would you please repeat the second one? It's Ohio?
Ohio Municipal League, and I believe it was the National League of Cities was the other publication.
Mel and the NLC.
Yes.
Thank you.
And one other thing you can add to it too is type in data centers. Google it online, and they'll start giving you all kinds of information, kind of how they operate, so you can pull it up that way as well.
Data center for?
Data centers is what you're referring to. That's what they're called.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking more of the electrical part of it.
But that's all, the data centers, that's all part of it. And you can find some information there.
Joel Speck?
Hello, everybody. Joel Speck, 292 North Hamlet Road. Mr. Sanford, I want to thank you for your prompt response when I requested about M2DS or Developing Solutions. Has anybody looked online at that company? Because honestly, when I went and looked it up, it seems to be a broker for something bigger. So the question is it, do you really know who you're trying to work with? Because what I see from that company is really, they work with whoever's behind them, the billionaire technology companies. So the question I have is, if there is going to be, if there is any problem where they have caused destruction of our environment or polluted our lakes, our lake or our creek, when we were presented with information at a meeting at the library on Wednesday last week, there comes a point where creating legal discourse, who do you sue? Do you sue this shell company, or who's behind it? And also, where's this company from? UAE, China, Saudi Arabia? We don't know that. Do you know that? So I keep saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I really think you should do a moratorium for at least a year, potentially two, and just do more research. They have fleets of lawyers, endless money, and they're gonna get us if we keep up with this. So, thank you for your time. We also have petitions that after, if anybody would like to sign it, you're more than welcome. We are organizing with the state petition to limit data centers to 25 megawatts, peak performance per month. Then we also have a Ashtabula County petition that is asking for a 2-year moratorium. So if you'd like to sign, I'll be available afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
for your
Mr.
time.
Speck. Thank you. If I read this writing correctly, is it Parker?
Yes.
Parker, do you want to come on up?
My name is Parker, 23497 West Main Road. I have two comments comments to make today. My first comment is about data centers. It is important to take care of land, water, and air. Please do not put a data center on farm ground. There is a lot of ground that is vacant but already developed. Please do not let data centers use the lake water because we swim in the lake and we rely on that water to drink. My second comment is about ice. I am concerned that ice will come to our house and separate our family. Other families have been separated already, especially black and brown people. It is not okay to separate families and send them to different countries or detention centers. I learned about due process. It is in the Constitution. It means every person gets a fair legal process and gets to explain their situation to a judge. ICE is skipping due process and using violence. I am concerned ICE will come and do that to families in Conneaut. Please do not work with ICE. We need our community to be safe.
Thank you.
Parker, thank you.
Parker.
Julia Barton.
Talk back to follow.
Yes.
Yes, my name is Julia Barton. I wanted to check back in with you all on 3 issues. The first of which being the brine on the roads. We haven't forgotten that it's going to be dust season and that there will be calls for a dust suppressant. We also know that we have a lot of ice in the winter and that it will be tempting to use a radioactive and carcinogenic solution. And we are looking to you again for a response regarding the cessation of that practice so that we know that our watershed will not be polluted through that practice, and so that we know that a better solution for de-icing and dust suppression, perhaps water for the dust suppression, will be found. Secondly, I wanted to talk, and I'll second Parker Turner's comments about ice. We continue to request you to consider a resolution or an ordinance indicating that the city of Conneaut will not partner with ICE should they come to town. I hope they don't. But we continue to have concerns about their practices throughout the nation, which have escalated in many communities. And we've seen other local communities in the state pass multiple resolutions and ordinances indicating that they will not partner with ICE and in support of their local communities. And finally, you probably heard, I think we were having meetings at the same time. We didn't know that. But I heard you all were having an economic development meeting while we were having a data center community meeting over at the library. Betsy's Bees invited Molly Brindle from Policy Matters Ohio. We were connected to her through the Buckeye Environmental Network, who I know you all have heard from before on the brine issue. She came and we're in the same boat, like you said, Google data centers. We're in the same boat of trying to learn this information. We have a lot of concerns. She focused on the energy end of things and shared a lot of data with the group of there. We had about 40 citizens at the library that night. It was, I don't know, some of these folks were there. If you were there, raise your hand. We had a number of people that were interested in the issue, and we're continuing to learn, and the more we learn, the more concerns we have. So we welcome an opportunity to meet all together. I didn't realize y'all would have a meeting that night that would run, kind of be on a similar topic to that meeting, but we welcome the opportunity to all get together. We are holding another meeting on April 22nd at the Ashtabula County District Library, which is in downtown Ashtabula by the Y, you know that one? So we will be there from 6 to 7:30, and it is an open public meeting, and we would welcome you to join us and hear citizen concerns. And also, we're trying to get Molly back to speak again on the energy issues. She had a lot of data on energy cost increases, tax abatements that are being offered to companies at the state level, which is concerning to us, and then kind of other impacts on the grid and that system. It was a lot to take in, but we're still studying. So I'll stop there and just invite you and other community members to that meeting in Ashtabula. We are working county-wide, and as Joel said, we do have 2 petitions to circulate, so we're here if you'd like to sign them. And we welcome your participation in the public discourse on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Gary Pagankoff.
It's good to see everybody. So last meeting, I left and it seems like everybody's sort of coming at this thing blind, not really know what's coming. So I've been on the internet and I talked with David Thomas' office and talked about a number of things, but one thing that he's not there, they're on break right now, but as Abe brought up is they're proposing House Bill 706. I don't know if anybody's aware of that. It is in committee right now, and they have enough people, I believe, that have signed on to it, that it should get voted on when they come back. But that does address some of our concerns. It imposes minimum requirements on data center agreements with utilities, electric companies. It seeks to ensure that the infrastructure and upgrade costs associated with these facilities are not passed on to existing Ohio customers. So that would make a difference. I don't know if it'll make it through. We'll see. It includes a 12-year minimum commitment and rules on exit payments so that the public doesn't get stuck with expenses after they leave. It's financial assurance to protect all other customers in case of a premature exit also. So I don't know if you're aware of that. I didn't make a copy of it, or you can look it up under, if you go into Ohio PEA and just type in House Bill 706, you can pull that up. The other thing, and I don't know if everybody has seen this or is aware of it, but the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency, they passed a general permit authorization for discharges from the data centers facilities, and I don't know if anybody's seen this bill. I've got, have you guys seen this bill?
No.
Here, you can pass them around. And
Which one is it? What's the number?
doesn't have it on here.
The EPA would be separate from any type of House bill or Senate bill.
It'd be under administrative code.
It'd be under the administrative code, the OEC.
Here, you can pass them around, and there should be a few left over. Here's, I didn't copy the whole thing to get handout because it's 19 pages. But here's what shocked me. It has been determined that a lowering of water quality of various waters in the state associated with granting coverage under this permit is necessary to accommodate important social and economic development in the state. And this is strictly for data centers. So they're lowering environmental protection to allow these data centers.
Do you have a date on when they introduced that?
This is already passed, I believe.
Yeah, it was, I think, last year's when they,
Last year.
yeah, it's not,
Yeah, so that's an issue for me. So, going on there, there's a lot of information in the EPA website. And here were concerns, part of that website on the data center waste, tapping local rivers, aquifers, and municipal water, chemical runoff from these cooling systems can contaminate soil and waterways. They rely heavily on fossil fuels, which the side effect is obviously air pollution due to the gas turbines they use. And it does stress the electric grid. So I didn't understand this. I thought that when they're running, you're getting power off the grid, that's all you need. But I guess there's big fluctuations with AI versus regular computer use. So when they're going through all the training, it uses massive amounts and then it'll drop down. So it fluctuates as they're going through training processes and learning. Therefore, they require the gas turbines to kick in when the use goes up. The other thing is servers are typically replaced every 2 to 5 years. 80% of that is discarded. The big question is, how is it recycled? The majority is discarded into landfills. There are no federal regulations. The concern is even with it going into landfills, contaminants include mercury, lead, cadmium, and arsenic. Where's the landfill they use? Is it local? I don't know, or did they go to Erie where they've got a huge one? But so I don't know if that's any concern or not. So as I said before, power grid operators must have a way to absorb power fluctuations to protect the grid. And that's beyond me, I don't understand how that works.
Mr. Pagankoff, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're at 5 minutes right now, so
Okay.
you want to finish up real quick, please?
Okay, I'm almost done.
Oh, okay, that'll work.
So EPA's proposal to permit data centers to discharge wastewater and stormwater directly into the state waterways. Will the stream and this does streamline that permitting process. It covers storm root water associated with industrial activities, cooling tower blowback, and cooling water. It is not allowed where water intake is. They would probably have to put it out here on Conneaut Creek. Last thing, would require monitoring temperature, pH, total suspended solids, oils, and greases. There are no strict limits set, and it does lack specific regulations regarding, I don't even know how to say these, PFASs, substances used in some cooling regulation. So that's my thought. Tried to make it as quick as I could.
Thank you very much. Scott.
You want to attempt the last name?
Krishnikov? Krishnikov?
Krishnikov.
I was going to be close.
Yeah, well, good. They made it a third grade, when I was in third grade, it was a spelling letter. Not many kids like that. My comments are more directed right now at the southerly roads. I want to say that I'm very disappointed in the fact that the state would not fund the rural paving program. We drive on these roads every day. Even right now, currently, they are not safe. Underridge has been graded, I believe, 3 times now. Keefus Road continues to be disregarded. There's potholes every single foot you go. We're driving in people's yards to avoid them. South Ridge Road, that is a main thoroughfare in my opinion. It is not being graded. No stone is being put into the road. There's nothing being done. It's very frustrating. I work on my wife's car. I fixed the same part on her car now 3 times in 6 months. What about the people that have to take their car to a garage or can't get anywhere? Like, I understand. I've walked down, I've talked to many residents. Some of them I've met for the first time. They have gone back as far as 50 years that there has been a plan to pave the road. There's still no pavement. And I've lived there 8 years, and I can tell you that it's extremely frustrating to be disregarded like this. And I don't have many words other than I urge you to do something. Put stone down. That, like she says, it's not good for dust control. Dust control, we need something, because people leave their windows open and they drive down the road, people's houses get littered in dust. I mean, it's kind of at a loss. And pavement is the way to go. And prepping the road by adding stone, gravel, things of that nature need to be done. And then you don't need dust suppressant if you add stone. It's like I'm working on my wife's garden. I spend $400 on stone. I mean, I could put that in my truck right now and I could go and fill potholes. And that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to berate you and put you down, but I just urge you to understand that we drive these roads daily and it's just not safe. So those are my comments, and please, again, thank you for your time, and I urge you to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, Scott, I apologize. I owe you an email back. We were going back and forth last week, and about midstream last week, the schedule got away from me. So I'll definitely get back to you, and we'll get something on the schedule. Thanks.
Yeah, and we're well aware of the conditions. We've been, you can ask Mr. Sanford, we're on him constantly about the road conditions and getting those graded, the holes filled with however we need to do that so it doesn't come out once it rains. Southridge West was due to be paved. We were looking at a Permasign base here about a year or so ago. We were trying to prep the road better with ditching and doing things like that. Then Southridge Road debacle happened. Southridge East, we're going to be repaving that with funding from the state. Southridge Road, we hope, is next to be paved, and then try to chip at these rural roads as we go along. That's kind of the game plan, but you're correct. That would solve a lot of our issues. But our freeze-thaw just does not help us in the amount of rain and the weather, you know, for Public Works to get out there and do what they need to do. And sometimes it's on us. Sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I feel we do a crappy job grading and stuff. I'll be honest with you. And sometimes we do a good job. It's just all,
Like I said, even like if it's not done, I mean, get a dump full of stone and fill potholes with the stone and build the base instead of just taking it out.
and this has been a year where Keefus Road, all the roads, I get pictures constantly, and where they've really been horrendous. Horrendous.
For a note of quick levity, we did discuss this at last week's work session, and then we immediately made reference to my upcoming annual performance review. You do the math.
So, thank you. Diane McKenna.
Hi, I'm Diane McKenna, 1298 Lake Road. I just have a question. The grapevine is saying that the compost is going to close, and I'm wondering if it's going to be moved. First of all, if that is true, has that property been sold? Is it going to move someplace else?
First I heard it.
No current plans, yeah. No, it's not in today's report, and I don't mean to pirate your time, Ms. McKenna, but we will be closing it temporarily toward the end of the month so we can get a grinding machine in there. It's long overdue for a grind. That's as far as that goes.
Will it grind up the stuff that's
Correct,
there?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be temporary.
Yeah, it's only temporary, just to allow for that safely without people coming
You're
in.
talking like, what, a week?
Yeah, I believe a week or two, yeah. I mean, it's the moderate inconvenience being that it's the spring season, but I mean, we're having some in-kind work, whereas I believe the last time we had this done, it was tens of thousands of dollars in operational costs. 40,000, yeah, so we're having, yeah.
Will the recycling part of it remain open, or the whole?
Yes, I believe it will remain open as to the recycling operation.
That's all I need to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just have a quick comment.
Yes, ma'am.
I was there today and the digger dirt's moving all kinds of branches and trees
In the back?
land part, not up at.
Yeah, they're just shuffling things around, that's all.
Okay, thank you all very much for your comments. It's appreciated. Next, we'll move on to communications. Anybody have communications they would like read into the record? Hearing none, we'll move on to our reports. We'll begin with our city manager, Mr. Sanford.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Moiseo. Council, good evening. In the spirit of brevity, I have no brevity. I'll begin with the matters of ordinances and resolutions before council's agenda. I want to talk about ordinance 39-26. Concerns the water line replacement at Old Main Road by the bridge. I believe it's Mr. Castrola's favorite topic. It's before you as a matter of substantial change within the conditions of the contract of the Old Main water line. So ordinance 30-26 was passed some weeks ago, which awarded the bid to Severino Construction at a tune of, I think, $387,000. It has funding tied to it with Ohio Public Works Commission as well as Ohio EPA funding. Subsequent to that, we received word from Canadian National, who owns the Bessemer tracks. They did not approve of the method of installation of the water line beneath the right-of-way. What was submitted for the permit was an efficient method of installation known as horizontal directional drilling. Railroad wants a steel casing pipe bored underneath the rail line and the water line pushed through there. It's known as a jack and bore. It's a substantially more expensive method of installation. As such, we had the engineers estimate that out. It's a little more than double the cost. So it's only appropriate to reject the bids, rebid the projects, move on. You know, accompanying that issue is, the fact, and complicating the issue, I should add, is the fact that ODOT has a pretty steep tight timeline on this, to where they need to issue bids for the bridge replacement, I believe, in the very near future, to have that project ready to go August 1st. So the timelines are very critical. I have a call into ODOT to see, as an alternative to all of this, if we as a city can assign the project into ODOT's scope as well as the funding. We have not had a chance to communicate since, because this is a fairly recent development. But with that, my recommendation to council is to pass ordinance 39-26, which would essentially repeal ordinance 30-26 and cancel the award of the contract. I have had a communication with Severino Construction. I've informed them of the situation. They're very understanding, very gracious. So that's the update on that front.
How far down is that water line?
It's deep. It's about 25 feet.
So 25 feet. And how far down is right-of-way is railroad have?
It varies, but at that specific location, I want to say it's about 40 feet. And of course, yeah, so, because they have the crossing, and then it fans out, because I believe there was a depot there at one point in its history, just south of that point. But these are relative terms. I think it's roughly 40 feet there. And then we're going right in underneath the creek bed. So it's that deep because it needs to keep a minimum amount of cover beneath the lowest point of the Conneaut Creek.
Well, that was my concern, is their right-of-way there's a limit.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, even with that, you're still within their zone of influence.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
I'm sure you looked at the angle.
I've looked at every angle. we have. Ordinance 44-26, council will recall at work session, we discussed an agreement between the city of Conneaut by way of the chief of police and University Hospitals Police Department with regard to their police on hospital property. I want to wait until the hospital has signed their end of the agreement before I bring it before council. So at this time, I'll ask council to put that ordinance on the table, or at least that'll be my recommendation to you. On to department operations, with public services, advertisements are out for summer laborers to assist with parks, cemeteries, in addition to crack sealing for the roadways. I'll mention it, Southern road work does continue with the ordering of stone for the most vulnerable areas first. I want to remind everybody, we do have an annual budget. It's roughly $70,000 for stone. To date, I want to say we've expended between $25,000 and $30,000 toward materials for our southern roads. And I agree, it's not enough. It's pothole season. The group is out there working on them actively. We are in receipt of word of trouble spots on Buffalo Street, Smith Street. I did get a phone call to that effect today. Pearl Street, among others. And I say among others, we know they're out there. Planning and zoning. So our codified ordinances require that the city manager's office issue a public notice annually, and it was issued recently, posted on social media outlets pursuant to Section 1377-01D, which requires us to notify residents of the requirement to, just for the regard of cutting and removal of grass and weeds. Yes, it is in the paper, thank you. And it's basically the 6-inch rule, keeping our lawns within 6 inches. And it reads to say, no owner, occupant, lessee, agent, or any other person having the charge or management of any lot or parcel of land located within a residential, commercial, or industrial district in the city, whether the same is improved, unimproved, vacant, or occupied, within 5 days after service upon him of written notice to do so, shall fail to cut or destroy or cause to be cut or destroyed any noxious or poisonous weeds or vines growing upon any such lot or parcel, and to prevent the same from blooming, going to seed, or exceeding height of 6 inches. Demo permit discussions are resuming concerning the Conneaut GE site. These are nearing completion. I've been in discussion with their general counsel. They will be to the satisfaction of the city. I'm very pleased with how they're coming along. And Mr. Emery, I know this has been a passionate subject for you as well. I think you'll be pleased as well.
They agreed to the 25-foot perk test?
I don't know about a 25-foot perk test, but in regards to complying with the Ohio EPA's voluntary action program as to certified brownfield sites, I think that's a win for the city, frankly.
How far is their perk test going?
I do not know the answer to that at this time. I could certainly
I'll be
inquire.
satisfied with 10 or 15 feet.
I can look into it.
What test, I'm sorry?
Yeah, percolation test, I believe you're referring to.
Perk test where you go down and take a core sample of the property and go down 25 feet, any contaminated area. RMI was a good example. Pardon?
I just didn't know how to spell it.
Oh.
Sorry.
In our fire department, 2 vacancies in our full-time ranks are set to be filled, pending the passage of Ordinance 46-26 this evening, which would ratify an MOU between the IAFF and the city. Additionally, I want to give a kudos to our fire department as part-time recruitment efforts have been quite diligent with the goal, obviously, to reduce our overtime expenditure and diversify our experience across our county departments. In a previously awarded FEMA grant for SCBAs, which are breathing apparatus for the firefighters, remains on hold due to lapses in federal funding. They're basically unable to access the portal to retrieve the funding they've been awarded, and that grant was for $168,177. In our police department, recruitment also is ongoing for part-time personnel. And again, this is geared toward the reduction of overtime. In this particular aspect, this is in dispatch and corrections. We have onboarded one part-time dispatcher, and we are pending another in our corrections department. And we anticipate onboarding Troy Turner, who's currently in our cadet program, in May as a full-time patrolman with, I believe, 3 remaining vacancies. I want to bring this to council's attention on our finance end. I failed to bring this up at our work session last Monday, but we'll have this prepared for you for April 27th. Council will need to consider a lease purchase agreement through Huntington for capital spend in the City Hall building. In addition to that, a fleet purchase for the police department and IT capital for police and fire. And just to build on that, for the City Hall, it's our secure access, or our key fob system. It dates back to my summer helper days when I was in college 20 plus years ago. It's the same system. It needs replaced. It's very antiquated, and it's not, it's secure but inaccessible in one end of the building. That's a $35,000 ask. Police fleet for 2 fully outfitted cruisers. This is a sign of the cost of providing services. 2 fully outfitted cruisers is $122,500 in change. And IT spend for police and fire dispatch, which includes a replacement of dispatch servers, networks, and jail controls, all of which are obsolete and functioning but need critical updates and replacement, $164,500. That'll be before council at our April 27th meeting. I'm happy to report, and folks probably have seen it out there, Broad Street is progressing steadily. The concrete has been progressing, and I believe I'll be meeting with the contractor as part of the scope. The crosswalks in this area will have brick inlay similar to the style of Madison Street. And light poles and traffic signals are the only remaining portions of the project left to be completed. Bids for the Clark Street water tank replacement were opened on Thursday. The apparent low bidder was Caldwell Tanks, coming in at $5.2 million against an estimate of $4.8 million. I'm waiting for a bid recommendation letter from the engineer, but for council's consideration, ordinances 37-26 and 40-26 on tonight's agenda, which concern Ohio EPA funding and then basic accounting funding, are concerning this particular project. And then lastly, on capital, our paving project is currently on track to go out to bid on April 29th, with a bid opening tentatively set for May 14th. And then council action would be ready for an award immediately at our meeting immediately following Memorial Day, which I believe is May 26th.
27.
That too. That too.
And I just want to talk about roads. I know that I'm long-winded in my reports, and I'm reminded that I'm long-winded in my reports, but there's a reason for this, because I want to get information out there, and it's important. So our annual budget for our street improvement is predicated off of our street improvement levy, which was passed originally in, I believe, 2014, is most recently renewed in 2023. That is set at 2.75 mils, which nets for paving of improved roads anywhere between $355,000 and $400,000. And then roughly as we have 75,000 for materials for our rural unpaved roads, then ancillary engineering services and incidentals for the balance, which we typically budget for about $35,000. In 2025, Conneaut paved roughly 0.8 of a mile, centerline miles of city streets for roughly $306,000, which represents 0.5% of all of the city's paved roadways. The city has roughly 180 centerline miles of paved roads out of 200 miles. Or excuse me, 170 out of 200 miles. So for 2026, the city's anticipated to resurface the same quantity with considerable partial depth repairs scheduled for both Gateway Avenue and Old Mill Road, both of which could benefit from, wholesale resurfacing from start to finish. I think we collectively agree on this. So I've always advocated for making a true impact and a profound impact, and it's all predicated on the available sources of revenue. Our available sources of revenue restrict us to what we are able to do. If we want to make more of an impact, and this was quite a discussion at work session, something on the order of $1.25 million would probably pave at least 2% or at least 3.5 centerline miles of roads in the city of Conneaut annually. And if we were to dedicate $250,000 annually on programmatic addition of stone base and, full bore services on culvert replacements, drainage and upgrades on our southern roads, leading towards an eventual program of rural paving funded in-house, that would definitely make an impact. The challenge, of course, is that you are restricted as a city by the 2.75 mils that you can collect by your levy. That delta or increase would require a significant increase, which in this particular climate is less than favorable. You'd be looking at roughly 3.25 additional mills to gain that source of revenue in this current revenue climate you have. I just want to give you that information just to have. Certainly not making any recommendations. I'm just, putting the tools in your toolbox. On to miscellaneous and landing the plane at the airport, if you will. We've been talking since I've been here that a new Marks radio tower is to be constructed within the city to replace the aged facility. It's in the final stages of planning with the state and set for construction this calendar year at the former site of Rao Middle School, and that's through a partnership with the Conneaut Area City Schools and the State of Ohio Division of Administrative Services. It'll be at no cost to either the school district or the city. It's through a biennium budget line item. So that will be an incredible boost for our safety forces here in the city of Conneaut and certainly to the school district. And it's long awaited and long overdue. And I certainly want to thank all hands that were able to make that happen when it happens. Our cleanup dates have been set. Mr. Gaw, I know you've been anxious for this. The downtown cleanup will be set for Saturday, May 2nd. I failed to put the time in because I do that. I believe we traditionally meet at roughly 9 in the morning.
Yes.
And then in the Harbor District, it will be Saturday, May 23rd at the same time. The community cleanup at the Ecstatic Lot, which has now become a tradition, is tentatively set for the weekend after Memorial Day, or May 28th, 29th, and 30th. It'll be between the hours of 8:30 and 4. I want to thank personally everybody who came out for the Roadway Safety Action Plan open house last week at the UCC church across the street. Had some great feedback. It was very informative. Looking forward to the final product. Certainly, there will be pop-up events as the year continues. And the goal, of course, being a safer, a safer environment for pedestrians and for the traveling public here in the city of Conneaut. Reminder that the income tax deadline, this is a popular income tax deadline. It's coming up. It's Wednesday. Don't forget. Conneaut income tax does not have the means to accept cash payment here. It's not developed, it's not set up, and we do request that residents pay by check, money order, or by card. And we are welcoming a new member to the City Planning Commission. She is an urban planner, and she is a new city resident, Jamie Baker, and we are currently and actively interviewing others, so it's a great addition. And with that, I conclude my report. Thank you.
Questions, comments?
I just want to thank you for all the information.
You're welcome.
We need this information. I think everyone here also really appreciates everything you bring to the table to communicate.
Thank you, Ms. Branch.
I also appreciate you looking into the roads and the funds that we would need in addition to make more happen, because we do know how bad the roads are. It's something we discuss all the time. I know many of us drive those roads, send in pictures, like Keefus Road, I sent him the information. Creek Road.
It's a conversation between my wife every time we drive.
Yes, yeah, so definitely something that we've all been talking about. And the cleanup, volunteers are welcome,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Oh, yes,
'Cause
absolutely.
Typically, it's like a few of us and Jen's and, Brian Bidwell, right? So if anyone wants to help out, please join us. I won't talk to.
One thing, when we do the harbor, make sure you dress warm, because if the wind's blowing off the lake, it gets cold.
About 30 degrees colder.
And what time does it start?
9 a.m. Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions?
While we're on topic of the roads, real quick, just put on a schedule that we set up a meeting.
I have that on my radar. I do need to schedule that with you, Mr. Castrilla. Thank you.
Public Works?
Public Works Committee, yes.
Public service, yep.
That-
I think it's needed. Okay, if there are no other comments, we will move on to Mr. Williams.
Thank you. In light of Mr. Sanford's report, which was quite lengthy, so my report till next week.
Okay?
I'm just kidding. One follow-up.
Did his phone go off?
No, his phone didn't go off. Thank you.
Before I start, Ryan, I just wanted to add one other thing about the 2.75 mil levy. We are collecting at an old valuation, so we're a little over 500,000 in collections at the old valuation. If that same 275 levy was passed today at the due valuation, which is 244 million in assessed valuation, we would probably be collecting about 170,000 more off of the same 2.75 mils. So I just wanted to mention that.
Is it possible to run a replacement levy, though? I thought we weren't able to do that anymore.
No.
I thought the legislation changed.
It would be a renewal with increase.
Correct.
Right. But,
Plus you still have the other factors as far as reduction factors and things like that.
yeah, that's what.
So there's no
that's what-
guarantee, just like with the one just recently passed. You add in the reduction factors.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you pass the 275 on the new valuation, you won't
valuation.
have any reduction factors.
They did that on the last valuation, and we still had reduction factors.
No, that was a renewal. It
On the
wasn't a
renewal.
replacement.
You're saying replacement,
Yes,
then there would be no reduction factor.
right, correct. I will try and make this as brief as possible. In light of ordinance 2526, I know we discussed the NFA in the new debt service on the NFA project. So this is a 2.96% loan for 30 years, 9.4 million. We're going to have about 4 million in interest, and the total cost of borrowing is going to be 14.3 million with a biannual payment of 238,000. So that's roughly 476,000 annually. And part of the reason for the rate increases are to cover the debt service on this loan. If you look at that amortization schedule, which I gave you, you can see it starts at 7/1/27 and runs through 1/1/2057. And it, like I said, it's about $476,000. And you can see the cumulative interest at the end there. Now, the important part to look at also is the wastewater treatment upgrade, which is on the third page. That is the loan that will be paid off this year, in July of this year. That one is $226,000 per year. So basically, what's going to happen next year, the payment on the NFA won't be due until July of next year. So we're basically swapping out payments. We're going to swap the upgrade for the NFA. It's 2028 where you're going to see that additional spike in debt service of over $200,000. So, and if you look at the final page, we talked about a 5% increase is what we factored in order just to service this debt and for operations. There is, let me see, if you look at 2026, it's about 2.867 million. It goes to 3 million, then 3.15 million. You'll notice that's a 5% escalator. And if you look at the annual surplus, your surpluses really aren't that much. Even with that 5% factored in, when you include your operations and your debt service, you're looking at surpluses of less than $100,000 at a 5% escalator. So that is, yeah, that's probably not going to be sufficient, but this is what we had to present to OWDA in order to qualify for this loan. So getting to the financial information forms, and these are the forms that I told council I have to file every year. We had to file this by April 26th this year, which I've already filed it today, but they're financial information summaries. And basically, OWDA is looking at what are your fund balances, what are your revenues and expenses? Are your expenses exceeding revenues, or are your revenues exceeding expenses? If we look at water, we had a fund balance at the beginning of 2025 of about $410,000. We had revenues of about $2.9 million, operations at $2.6, capital improvements almost $300,000, and annual debt service about $228,000. So we ended the year at $163,000. So if you look at that net revenue, it's negative. That should never be negative, but it's negative. So what we've done is we've basically used fund balance in order to support operations. In 2024, so we used $247,000 last year in fund balance. 2024, we used $281,000. 2023, we used $333,000. That's $862,000 that we've depleted from fund balance over that period of time. So that is significant. OWDA obviously does not like those numbers. We have raised water rates, or the city manager has raised the water rate, and including a meter replacement fee. As of today, our water revenue is up about $175,000 from last year, which is a good sign. So I think they'll be pleased to look at the new numbers. This report obviously won't reflect it, but when they get the next report, they'll see that.
This negative 247 should be positive.
Correct, yeah. When you see net revenue, that net revenue figure should always either be zero, break even, or positive. And right now it is not. And $163,000 for an ending fund balance on a $3 million fund is just not sufficient for operations.
So can we put this in layman terms? Basically, we're not bringing enough money in through water bills
Correct.
to pay for the services that people receive in the city.
Correct, yes.
Which is
Operations,
causing, yes, which is
Operations,
causing.
maintenance and replacement, capital improvements, and debt service,
Yeah.
yes.
I just want to make it clear that
Yeah.
that's why there has to be an increase sometimes. And,
Right.
what we're doing is because we can't pay for the services that everyone is receiving, and we're using monies that we have.
Correct, and they're
in overage.
enterprise funds, so they're designed to be self-sufficient and
Right.
cover all of those, including a projected fund balance, and it's just not, it's not there yet. With the new water rates, and I know we have a rate study as well, we should right the ship on water here soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, same thing with sewer. It was in a little bit better shape, had 576,000 at the beginning of 2025, 2.6 million in revenue, 2 million in operating and maintenance, almost 2.1. Capital improvements is 143, but you'll notice the debt service for the sewer fund is significantly higher than water. And it's going to grow even more. We're going to add another 400 in 2028, another 476,000. So your debt service is going to be almost $1 million, excuse me, per year, starting in 2028. The net revenue for the sewer fund was negative 94,000. In 2024 was negative 258,000. In 2023 was negative 323,000. So it's not quite as bad as water. It's about 675,000 in fund balance that we've used for operations, but that is not, it's not a good place to be either. No, so, but we did have a higher fund balance for sewer. We ended the year with 482,000. That is actual cash, that's not including encumbrances, which are liabilities attached to that fund balance. If you looked at those encumbrances, it's actually less than that 482,000. So that is my overview of the water and sewer system. In regards to the ordinance 2526, which we'll be considering tonight, just a reminder, it's roughly a 5% increase. It's $1.19 for the minimum user, $1.96 per month for the average user. And if you're a high-end user, about 10,000 gallons per month, it's about a $5 per month increase.
Any other questions for Mr. Williams?
John, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Mr. Lewis?
Nothing to report on this evening, Mr. Mosio. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move on to reports of our standing committees. Any committee reports this evening?
I just want to say that we did have the Economic Development Committee meeting on April 8th, and I'll have a written report by our next meeting, so you can see it then. But just to address the data center, it was just brought up in passing. Again, we're still in the infancy thing of this, and we don't have a lot of information from where the interest is coming from. But what we discussed briefly was that the land, the industrial land that we have out there, it's zoned for industrial. We want to make sure that we're looking at doing advanced manufacturing overlay on that, so that we can protect that land a little bit better than with just the current zoning rules for that area. Correct, Mr. Sanford?
Yeah, it's accurate, Mr. Pekoski.
So there'll be more of a report on that, the rest of what we discussed next meeting.
The same goes for utilities. We met last Tuesday, and it was, an hour and a half at least meeting, so there was a lot of information to put together for a report, so we'll get that to you next time.
Okay. Any board liaison reports?
I did attend the Board of Health meeting on April 8th of last week, busy week last week. I don't have a written report. I don't know what to report on when I go to those meetings, but I love going to those meetings. There's a lot of information that's shared, and I'm very impressed with our employees there. There's only a few of them, but they do a lot. They do a lot of service for our community. With inspections, everything to giving vaccinations. And it's very interesting when they give their reports, what's going on, but it's pretty typical. Nothing earth-shattering at this last meeting, but I just wanted to let you know how impressed I am with the group that we have at the Health Department.
We're here.
All right, I have a Conneaut Port Authority report for March 19th. Everyone will receive their maintenance and marina report with our meeting minutes. But Harbor Master Kevin Stride, he was able to change out about a quarter of the lights in the maintenance shop that were burned out, so they're doing LED lights, so they'll be more energy efficient. They got a cart to hitch onto the golf cart, that way they can pick up trash around the marina a lot easier, plus they're gonna have those really nice new trash cans coming soon. There's going to be a new fish trophy rack being built in the same location by Matt Stevenson of Steelhead Construction, who's donating his time and materials. They went through the dock report. The payment deadline was April 1st, and that will allow them to open up the the docks that are available then to people on the waiting list, because there is a waiting list. And they're supposed to be calling them this week, starting this week. And there is a demand for larger docks, 26 feet or for larger boats. Lake levels are low, so there were some concerns about the larger boats being able to launch. And there is a family of beavers down by the sandbar. They know it. Port Authority is aware of it. They're watching it. They're not going to, the beavers are fine. Again, yeah. So there will be no mitigation of the beavers, is what I was told. Babs Legeza and Nick Church were welcomed as new board members. Ms. Legeza was elected as their treasurer. The maintenance department does need seasonal part-time help, and that is listed on the website. There is an online application people can fill out and attach their resume. And their next meeting is actually pushed another week, so we'll be meeting on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 PM at the Port Authority Building on Broad Street.
Okay, Ms. Branch, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Prokowski, thank you. All right, next, I'm
No,
sorry.
I got a liaison report too, for the Cable Advisory Board. Okay, they met on Thursday, March 27th. The first thing I'm going to say, the meeting, we're now going to start holding the meetings on the fourth Friday of the month, beginning on, that's next Thursday, actually. And that's a change. We also asked the Cable Advisory Board to work on putting a package together, or a job resume, based off our last work session on finding someone to edit all the films and all the stuff that the city does for, or the Cable Advisory Board does for us, meaning basketball, meaning D-Day, meaning interviews that they hold and all that kind of stuff. So we're working as to tying up Mr. Sanford's time. Then hot off the press by Mr. Guglielmo, who I spoke with today. I'm going to give you some hits that you were asking about the other day. The difference between us now getting off of Vimeo and now being on YouTube, and what a difference. So the last council meeting held here on March 23rd had 173 views, up from the 5 or 6 that we were. We see that number continuing to grow. The Planning Commission meeting was televised as well, or on YouTube. They had 173 views.
Wow.
The ZBA, they had 89 views, so that's being more transparent with the citizens here in Conneaut. We'll go to the Sandbar Easter egg hunt that was conducted. They had over 214 views, so that's being watched. That's good news. And, it's a big difference from where we were. And they had an interview with Conneaut basketball officials, I guess, with over 80 years of experience, and they had over 104 views. But here's the big one. They did an Edgewood theatrical, or they did a Frozen play in Edgewood. They had 503 views.
Wow.
Too, so
Wow.
we're heading in the right direction. So, Mr. Guglielmo, thank you. And your board members.
Any others?
Can I just add, the Planning Commission will not be meeting on Thursday, April 16th. They're taking a little spring break.
Okay.
We'll resume in
A
May.
meeting on April 16th. Okay. All right, next we'll move on to ordinances and resolutions on the table. 1126, updated social media policy. Mr. Sanford, any movement on that, or you want to keep table?
Mr. Moisio, I'd recommend we act on the you, council, act on the ordinance. I've had interactions with officials from PEP who've reviewed the ordinance. They find it to be satisfactory to others that they've seen. I haven't had official HR coverage from PEP, even though I've tried. But I did speak with our representative from PEP, and he found it to be ideal for our application here. And, it's one of those, it's one of those matters that, you know, if we need to change it, we can change it, and we can do so by ordinance.
Yes, we can.
I say we clear the agenda.
All right, so based on that, is there a motion to proceed?
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule for ordinance 11-.
Okay, motion to suspend 3 reading rule on ordinance 11-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Emery?
I'd like to declare an emergency for ordinance 11-26 at this time.
Second.
Motion to declare ordinance 11-26 an emergency.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Emery?
Mr. Mosio, I'd like to act on ordinance 11-26.
Motion to act on 11-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 11-26 has passed. So we'll move on to ordinance 1226, which was repeal section 1137.072B and C of the codified ordinance of the city of Conneaut and creating section 1133.05 governing poultry, fowl, and farm animals and not declaring an emergency. Basically, I wanted to comment on this. I think we need to look at this. Planning did a lot of homework on this. And again, just like we were saying in the previous ordinance, if we come up with any issues or have any issues, we can always amend the ordinance to be amenable to whatever potential issues we may encounter or not. So I think it's time to move on with this. We need a motion to remove from the table and then vote on the ordinance.
Mr. Moiseo, I'll make that motion to remove off the table 12-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Why are we moving it off the table? I'm sorry, I missed.
So, Planning Commission, and I did some research on this, and I talked to the Planning Commission.
You just don't want it to go back to Planning Commission, right?
It's been at Planning.
Right, okay. May I just make one comment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm not against poultry in people's yards at all, and I'm the one who kind of like wanted it to go back to Planning Commission. The current way the ordinance is written, my only concern is that on very small city lots, like, you know, way less than a quarter acre, there's no maximum set for how many chickens they can have. So I just want to verbalize this, that's the reason why I had an issue. Other cities have like a max of 12 on a very small lot like that. And I don't anticipate any problems. We haven't had issues, but that's where my concerns were. So if
Right.
everyone's okay moving forward with it,
We
you
can
know,
always make an amendment to the ordinance.
that's what I would ask in the
That was
future.
game plan is to
Yeah.
move forward. If we have an issue, we amend the ordinance.
I feel it's harder to take care of, you know, if it becomes an issue, I think it's harder to do that when there's nothing in place to prevent an issue from happening. That's why I'm, you know, just not excited that they didn't put in some kind of maximum for our very small lots in the city. So I just wanted to share that.
But do you want to add an amendment at this time?
I don't know if there's any reason to do that because no one else seems to have it as a concern. And, you know, it doesn't, Planning Commission, I thought they were going to take another look at it. And, you know, right now, I don't have a square footage in mind. Like, I would have to look at my notes and everything to do that. So
So we can make that amendment
that
we're talking about.
Yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know my feelings on it, because there was a lot of people who thought that I didn't want people to be able to have poultry in their yards, and that's not at all the case. It was just having a little bit more control over our very small lots in the city, so someone can't have 50 chickens. I mean, and there's no need for that. To sustain your family, if you have 12 chickens laying eggs, you're gonna be giving them away to friends, so, you know. Yeah.
It's a lot of chickens.
We had a second.
So, motion to move off table, Mr. Emery, second.
Yes.
Yep, so I got to vote.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay.
At this time, I move we suspend the three reading rule on ordinance 12-26.
I need to
sorry?
read it.
Yeah.
This will be the third reading.
Yeah, we got to read it one more time. We got a motion to take it off table, we got to read it, and then we can proceed.
An ordinance to repeal Section 1137-072B and C of the codified ordinances of the City of Conneaut and create Section 1133.15 governing poultry, fowl, and farm animals and not declaring an emergency.
Mr. Castrilla?
Then at this time, I move we act on ordinance 12-26.
Okay, motion to act on ordinance 12-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 12-26 is passed. Next, we'll move on to our third reading ordinances and resolutions this evening. We will begin with ordinance 25-26. Again, this is in third reading. Ms. Hoover.
An ordinance to amend Section 11009 of the City of Conneaut codified ordinances governing sewerage system charges and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Williams.
Yes, I believe I went over this earlier with council. We're looking at a little over $1 for a minimum user, $2 roughly for an average user, a high-end user, which is, there's not many that are 10,000 and above, but, I mean, especially for residential, it's about $5 per month. So it is about a 5% increase. And as I said, that was part of the agreement with OWDA is that we would implement that 5%.
Right, 'cause I thought our original shortfall was like 266,000.
For,
On sewage?
Or no, I'm sorry, the fund balance in sewer was 266,
yeah, that was the unencumbered.
unencumbered.
If you look at that financial report, it's 400 and a little over 400,000.
Gotcha.
But I tried to give you with, because just looking at cash balances doesn't give you the full picture. The OWDA just looks at the cash balance. They don't necessarily look at the encumbrances, but the encumbrances are liabilities associated with that fund balance. So it's basically restricting that fund balance for future payments.
Okay.
That's why I gave you the unencumbered.
So the 5%, would that be enough to cover?
It should be
is it
sufficient
just
for
a
right
minimum?
now, I mean, but in the long run, probably not.
We'll probably have to revisit down the
Yeah,
road.
and we do have a rate study. I know Mr. Sanford's going to present that to council, and they do have recommendations.
I'm sorry, one quick, this is probably insignificant, but we do have a date certain for this is April 15th. Is that sufficient for billing cycles, Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, is there a motion to proceed?
I'll make a motion to act on ordinance 25-26.
Declare it
Here,
an
declare.
emergency.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that part, I'm sorry. I'd like to make a motion to declare ordinance 25-26 an emergency.
We have to waive the through reading, don't we?
No.
It's in third reading.
We're in the third reading.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My fault. I'm sorry, Mr. Prokowski, go ahead.
In a second.
He's done. I'll second it.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Prokowski.
I'd like to move to act on ordinance 25-26.
A motion to act on 25-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Difficult, yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 25-26 is passed. We'll move on, another third reading ordinance 27-26.
An ordinance to repeal Section 13503 of the City of Conneaut codified ordinances governing incarceration in city jail and not declaring an emergency.
Okay, I think we've discussed this at work session, and it's pretty straightforward with the fees. Mr. Sanford, do you have anything to add?
Nothing more, Mr. Moiseo, other than to add that it's incarceration in city jail costs of confinement are referenced in section 110.02 in our administrative charges as appropriate. So this is, again, just cleanup of the codification.
Okay, is there a motion to proceed?
I'll make a motion to declare ordinance 27-26 an emergency.
I'm sorry, I would recommend that we not declare an
Oh,
emergency.
sorry.
I apologize.
Not declaring.
Yeah, we've done our 3 reading rule. So are we just acting on it then?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. So I'll make that motion to act on ordinance 27-26.
Motion to act on 2726.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, 27-26 has passed. Move on to 2826.
An ordinance to repeal section 13506 of the City of Conneaut codified ordinances governing police department fees for services and not declaring an emergency.
Okay, I don't think anything additional here. Mr. Sanford?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Moiseo. Again, these are outlined in 110.02, and this would not need to be an emergency either. You just need to act on this ordinance.
Okay. Is there a motion to proceed?
Make that motion to act on ordinance 28-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 28-26 is passed. We will move on to our first reading ordinances and resolutions this evening. We have several. Let's begin with 36-26.
An ordinance authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts awarded in 2026 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Sanford.
Mr. Moiseo, I spoke about this briefly in work session. It's procedural annual road salt contracts. I believe we are moving to purchase 1,400 tons this year as opposed to the traditional 1,000. So we want to get that in officially before the deadline of May 1st.
Questions? Not, is there a motion to proceed?
I'll make that motion to proceed in ordinance 35-26 and suspend the 3 reading rule.
A motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on 36-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to declare ordinance 36-26 an emergency.
Motion to declare ordinance 36-26 an emergency.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Castrell.
This time I move we act on ordinance 36-26.
Motion to act on 36-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 36-26 has passed. Move on to 37-26.
An ordinance authorizing the city manager to apply for, accept, and enter into a water supply revolving loan fund agreement on behalf of the city of Conneaut for construction of water facilities, designating a dedicated repayment source for the loan and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Sanford.
This ordinance concerns the financial package for the Clark Street Water Tower Replacement Project that I had spoken about earlier. Again, procedural, it's the approving legislation. I would recommend approval.
There's no questions? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on ordinance 37-26.
A motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on 37-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Prokowski.
I'd like to declare ordinance 37-26 an emergency.
Motion to declare ordinance 37-26 an emergency.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Prokowski.
I'd like to move to act on ordinance 37-26.
Motion to act on 37-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 37-26 is passed. Need a breather, Jen?
Not yet.
All right, we'll move on to ordinance 38-26.
Ordinance to authorize payment to the following vendor in the amount listed in section 1 below pursuant to section 5705.41D1 of the Ohio Revised Code and declaring an emergency.
Okay, Mr. Sanford.
I believe this, and again, 570541D1s are purchases prior to authorization by purchase order. This was at our water treatment plant concerning the purchase of a drive pump. I believe we had a failure in our low service station, so this was an emergency measure. I'm 75 to 85% sure that's exactly, because I remember this incident, but address the issue in very quick measure.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to suspend the three reading rule on ordinance 38-26.
Motion to suspend the three reading rule on 38-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Ms. Branch?
I'll make a motion to declare, ordinance 38-26 an emergency.
A motion to declare ordinance 38-26 an emergency.
Second.
Branch? Mr.
Yes.
Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to act on ordinance 38-26.
A motion to act on 38-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 38-26 has passed.
Mr. Moiseo, I do want to interject, and I apologize, I should have referenced, just for the public's consumption, that amount was for $3,455.62 for that pump.
It's not $3,455.62.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said 300.
I said $3,455.60.
Yeah, he said
He said it
1,000.
right.
I'm sorry. You said it correctly. That wasn't
Perfect,
340.
it's fine.
Do less, Nick. All right.
I thought he heard $345.
What a deal.
Okay, so that ordinance has passed. We'll move on to 39-26.
An ordinance to repeal ordinance number 30-26 and cancel the Old Main Water Line and Booster Station Improvement Project bid award and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Sanford.
Council, I brought this, I spoke ad nauseum in my report as to, laughing, as to the substance of the need for this ordinance. So I strongly recommend passage.
Okay. Is there a motion to proceed?
Make that motion, waive the three reading rule for ordinance 39-26.
Okay, motion to waive the three reading rule on 39-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
No.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to declare an emergency for ordinance 39-26.
A motion to declare ordinance 39-26 an emergency.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
No.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Emery.
I'd like to act on ordinance 39-26.
Motion to act on 39-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Just to be clear, I'm against this whole project, so no. So you know why.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 39-26 has passed. Okay, so now we're going to move into several subsequent ordinances creating funds. We'll begin with 40-26.
An ordinance to create Fund 387, Clark Street Water Tower, OEPA.
Mr. Sanford.
These are marathon ordinances. This is to procedurally conduct financial transactions relative to the project.
Okay, we'll have to take these one at a time. So we'll begin with 40-26. Is there a motion to proceed?
I'll make that motion to suspend the three reading rule on ordinance 40-26.
A motion to suspend the three reading rule on ordinance 40-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to act on ordinance 40-26.
Motion to act on 40-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, 40-26 has passed. We'll move on to 41-26.
An ordinance to create Fund 388 Park Day in Buffalo Water, OEPA.
Okay, motion to proceed.
I'll make a motion to suspend the three reading rule on 41-26.
Motion to suspend the three reading rule on 41-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Commissioner Prokowski.
I'd like to move to act on ordinance 41-26.
Motion to act on 41-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, 41-26 is passed. Move on to 42-26.
An ordinance to create Fund 389 Park Day in Buffalo Sewer, OEPA.
Okay,
I'll make the motion to suspend the three reading rule on ordinance 42-26.
motion to suspend the three reading rule. Go ahead, second. Okay.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Mr. Emery.
At this time, I move we act on ordinance 42-26.
Motion to act on 42-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
42-26 is passed. 42. Move on to 43-26.
An ordinance to create Fund 390 Old Main Water, OEPA.
Okay, motion to proceed.
I'll make that motion to suspend the three reading rule on ordinance 43-26.
Okay, motion to suspend the three reading rule on 43-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Mr. Castrell.
At this time, I move we act on ordinance 43-26.
Motion to act on 43-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, 43-26 is passed. We'll move on to ordinance 44-26. We're going to table it.
Table, I would recommend we table, correct.
I think we need to read it.
Oh.
Or you can just
Up to you.
table.
Do-
Go ahead.
Get
Go
the first
ahead.
reading out of the way. An ordinance,
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
an ordinance to authorize the city manager to execute an agreement with UH Conneaut Medical Center and declaring an emergency.
Okay, at this time, on the recommendation of the city manager, we're going to table ordinance 44-26. Okay, next we'll move on to 45-26.
An ordinance creating Chapter 315 of the codified ordinances of the city of Conneaut, Ohio, governing traffic law enforcement devices and not declaring an emergency.
All right, so before we act on this, I wanted to bring something up to council's attention. I'm recommending tabling this ordinance for the time being so we can refer to Public Safety Committee and let Public Safety Committee hear where we're going to locate these traffic safety cameras and in what school zones and nowhere else. We also need to know what company, we need to know the cost. So I think we need to do that before putting the cart before the horse. And I should have caught this at the work session. I did not. So when I was reviewing this over the weekend, I thought that would be the best course of action. We can act on it quick, but table Public Safety Committee and then move forward.
I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah. So,
And can I just add that the reason this all came up is because there was a study done at the schools, and people were going 50 miles per hour through an active school zone. So many communities have posted cameras with plenty of signage that warns you that during active school hours, they're monitoring that.
yes.
So that's where this all kind of came
And
from.
then, but the school boards involved, we've had their input. So I just want to act too quickly. And again, this would go 3 readings because we want community input also.
And just so you know, part of our safety committees, these particular cameras, like a lot of people are against cameras, and I'm not a fan, I know Mr. Moisel's not a fan, but in this case, these cameras would go inside the 20s. So you're gonna have your 20 warning people to slow it down. Now, if you get inside that 20 school zone and you are exceeding the speed limit, those cameras will get you, and that's where we're at with that, for the safety of our children. School board's on board, so you know.
Okay, so we'll table 45-26. And our last ordinance this evening is 46-26.
An ordinance to authorize the city manager to execute a memorandum of understanding between the City of Conneaut and the Conneaut Firefighters Association, IAFF, Local 651, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Sanford.
Thank you, Mr. Moiseo. Discussed in my manager's report and in work session, this just would ratify condition of conditional term of employment as a provision for those who are going through the paramedic program to start while they're finishing out their program, just as a recruitment effort and fill some vacancies we have. It's been approved by the bargaining unit, and we're ready to go. I would recommend approval or passage.
Any additional questions?
I think this is a good move.
Yeah.
Talking to the guys in the fire department, we need some help. And then on the job training, and then they'll go through the testing.
I have a signed copy.
Okay.
Better.
So
Is there a motion to proceed?
I'll make that motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on ordinance 46-26.
Okay, motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on ordinance 46-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
At
Mr.
this-
Castrilla.
At this time, I'd like to declare ordinance 46-26 an emergency.
Okay, motion to declare ordinance 46-26 an emergency.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yep. Yes, sorry.
It's repeating.
At this time, I move we act on ordinance 46-26.
Okay, motion act on 46-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 46-26 has passed. Okay, so that concludes our first reading ordinances and resolutions. Any unfinished old business? If none, miscellaneous business. So, reminder of our public hearing on the Ag District application. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom.
You can finish, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Reminder, public hearing of our Ag District application on our next council meeting at 5:30 PM, which will be on April the 27th. We'll have our regular meeting at 6 PM. I also want City Council to return the city manager evaluations by our meeting on May 11th. Just turn them in to me at that time. And then we will review an executive session on May the 27th, because I think Monday is the 26th, if I'm not mistaken, which would be Memorial Day.
26th is our meeting. 25th is Memorial Day.
Okay, so I take that back. It's 5:26. So Mr. Sanford was right the very first time.
That's a surprise.
Okay, Memorial Day is the 25th, okay. So on the May 26th meeting, we will have executive session at that time. We will review the performance evaluations. And everybody has a copy? Okay. I think that's all I have. Mr. Kozowski.
Thank you. The first thing I want to say is I want to commend and recognize the firefighters, police officers, and the dispatcher from a call last evening. Was a very dangerous and treacherous rescue, technical rescue that they did down on Conneaut Creek. And they really need to be commended for it. It had a successful ending. Thank you. And the second thing is Mr. Sanford, do you have any more information regarding the road cuts on Lake Road? Have you been in contact with the
We haven't established that yet, Mr. Kozeski, but it is it is on the radar. You're speaking of the development east of Whitney Road, correct? Yes.
Okay. And what about the road cuts on Broad Street, northbound lane? Those are sinking from the truck traffic from...
They're being investigated.
Okay.
Are you in the area of 15th?
All the way from 15th down to Lake Road.
There are a few, and they're being investigated for suspect soil movement in and around the sewers.
Okay, very good, thank you. And the other thing is, I don't believe we have an ordinance, I'm not positive, I don't remember it from when I was on the police department. But if we could do something about, there's a problem with back-end parking on Main Street between Harbor and Buffalo Street. And yesterday, I traveled down Main Street, and from that area, that section of Main Street, there were 4 vehicles backed in to diagonal parking spaces. And it's very dangerous. And the other part about that is when you pull out of it, then you're driving on the wrong side of the roadway, so that's a violation right there. So if we can do something, if it's not prohibited, if we can have something drawn up for that and have it posted.
To address that point,
We did.
I think there is something.
I believe there is an ordinance to that effect on the books. If not, it's conscribed in revised code, but we'll step on
We
it.
have to have it posted down there, yeah.
And just so as an FYI, we've had these conversations in the safety committee, now that's your chair, so we'll bring you up to speed when we have one of those.
Very good, thank you. That's all I have.
Okay.
I just wanted to make a comment, address Mr. Paganoff's comment about the state relaxing on EPA laws. And I find that really discerning that the state is embracing these data centers like that, let alone, I understand the state is encouraging tax abatements for them too, which I don't believe in giving billionaire companies tax abatements. So I just want to make that.
Just remember that when y'all vote, you know? That's all I got to say about that one.
That's correct. My concern is just, personally, I don't want one here. But if it comes here, I just want the darn thing done right. You know, it's-
We all do. We all do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm suspect to Mr. Speck's referral to is all the behind-the-scene fingers that are involved in it. You know, I want to know exactly who's financing it, what country's financing it. You can't get that answer. That's all I got.
Okay. So next, we're going to go into executive session. We're going to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, or the investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual pursuant to Section 12122G1 of the Ohio Revised Code. So we'll need a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
No.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Gah?
Yes.
Mr. Kozeski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, we will now be in executive session. Thank you all for attending this evening. We appreciate it.
I don't have it. I'll send it to you.
You're on